and welcome to another interesting literature and English class. My name is Precious Balogun. Our theme for today is General Introduction to Drama, and our topic is Theme Part 2. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to state how the theme is developed in a play, identify the themes from a play, and discuss the importance of the theme in a play. Theme is a central idea or the underlying message of a play. The playwright uses characters through dialogues and actions to show his theme or her theme. Now let's take a look at some examples of themes in a play. We have love, friendship, war, death, forgiveness, betrayal, pride, and so on. There are two types of themes. We have the major theme and the minor theme. These themes can either be implied or stated by the author. Now, let's take a look at how these themes can be developed for a play. To come up with the theme of a play, we will be considering the following. 1. We must understand the difference between a subject and a theme. 2. Identify your purpose for writing. 3. Consider the length of what you are writing. And finally, identify your audience. Now, let's take a look at the first one, understanding the difference between a subject and a theme. There is a difference between the subject and the theme of a play. The theme of the play is the points being made about the subject. The theme is a central idea that the playwright tries to pass on to his audience or readers. Now, let's take a look at examples of a subject and a theme. The subject of a play can be love, and the theme will be the cost of love. Next, we'll identify the purpose for our writing. The question we'll ask ourselves is, why are we writing? Why are you writing? Are you writing to inform, to educate, to persuade, or to entertain? Having all this at the back of your mind will help you develop a very good theme that will pass on your message. Now, for example, if you want to inform the youth about social vices in the society, your theme will be centered around the subject, which is the social vices. The next is considering the length of your writing. For example, if you're writing a novel, you will have enough room to write your major theme and your minor theme because a novel is lengthy. But if you're writing a short story, you don't have enough room for the major and minor theme, so you'll be left with only the major theme. Now, let's take a look at the last one. Identify your audience. The question is, who are your audience? As a writer, you must know who you are writing for. Knowing who you are writing for helps you develop your theme properly. For example, if you're writing for medical doctors, you would use terms suitable for their profession. Now, let's see how we can identify themes in a play. Number 1, we should read and understand the play. Reading the play thoroughly helps us identify the theme of a play. So we must carefully read so we can understand the play to get hold of the theme. Secondly, we must identify the components of the play. These components are the plot, the setting, the tone, the conflict, and finally, the character. What is the plot? The plot is the sequential arrangement of the elements of a play. The exposition, that is the beginning, the rising action, the conflict, the climax, and the resolution of this conflict all make up the plot. Also, we have the setting. The setting is the time and the environment, or we can say the place and the time of a play, or how the play occurs. Also the tone, which is the emotion of the playwright, which is expressed through the characters. Sometimes the characters may be sad, happy, gloomy, excited. All these are shown through the tone. Next, we have conflict. Identifying the conflict in the play helps us identify the theme in a play. Lastly, we have the characters. Characters are the persons or sometimes animals used by the playwright to show or express theme. Now, let's take a look at the next way we can identify a theme in a play. The next is analyze how the characters change throughout the play. Now, after knowing who your characters are in a play, you should know how the characters change throughout the play. Who does the character relate with? Who does the protagonist or the antagonist relate with? This will help you to properly identify the theme in a play. And finally, we should ask ourselves this question: what is the author trying to tell us about life generally in his play through the characters or the events in the play? If you know this, you'll be able to identify the theme properly in the play. Now, let's take a look at the importance of theme in a play. The theme helps the readers and audience understand the play. Once you know the theme of the play, you'll be able to understand the idea behind the play and what the author is trying to pass on to you as an information. Secondly, the theme gives the author a sense of direction. With the theme, the author has a sense of direction and he goes straight to the point. He's able to structure the conflict, the characters, and the plot of the play properly. Now, let's take a look at another importance of a theme. Next, the theme gives meaning to the play because without it, the play contains only random events and characters. Also, it connects all parts of the play. This means that the theme is a unifying force. It unifies the plot, the setting, the characters, everything that has to do with a play. And lastly, the theme expresses the intended message or point of view of the writer or the playwright. Now we've come to the end of the lesson, but before we go, let's take a quick summary of all we've learned so far. We've learned that in developing the theme of a play, we should consider the following. 1. Understanding the difference between the subject and the theme. 2. Identifying your purpose for writing. 3. Considering the length of what you are writing. And finally, identifying your audience. Lastly, we learned that we can identify the theme of a play by 1. Reading and understanding the play. 2. Identifying the plot, conflict, and characterization in the play. 3. Analyzing how the characters change throughout the play. And finally, finding out what the author is trying to tell us about life generally through the characters and events in a play. Now let's test what we've learned so far with this question. Which of the following is an importance of a theme? A. It helps the readers understand the play. B. It makes the readers emotional. C. It makes the author write lengthy play. Or D. It helps the readers enjoy the play. The correct answer is A. It helps the readers understand the play. This will be all for this class. I believe you now know how to develop a theme, how to identify a theme, and finally, the importance of a theme. See you next time. Bye.